Today's Sunshine Note is titled Impossible to Forget. These commandments that I give you today are to be upon your heart. Talk about them when you sit at home and when you walk along the road, when you lie down and when you get up. Tie them as symbols on your hands and bind them on your forehead. Write them on the doorframes of your houses and on your gates. Deuteronomy 6:6-9. The first time I broke up with my husband, there were several times, was in the spring of our first year of dating. I had decided that I knew he was not the one for me, and that it had to end. I explained how things could never work between us, how in the long run we were simply much better off as friends. He listened quietly, seeming to know something I didn't. He didn't say much, and then he let me go. I returned to my dorm room, determined to forget him forever and move on with my life, but to my horror, he was everywhere. There were the dried daisies tied with a satiny yellow ribbon that he had given me on our first date. There was the pen and ink drawing of forget-me-nots that he had made for me. A photo of us hiking in Colorado haunted me, and I kept smelling his empty cologne bottle 86 times a day, even when I'd leave my dorm room. I Love Greg was stenciled on the covers of my textbooks. I'd pass benches we'd sat on and trees that we had climbed together, and I'd miss him. It was hopeless. There was no way on earth I could ever forget him, because aside from all the hundreds of reminders, I began to realize that he actually became a part of me. God wanted the Israelites to decorate their rooms and yards with His commandments. He wanted reminders of Himself to be everywhere on their hands, foreheads, doors, and gates. He wanted His chosen people to talk about these reminders all the time. He knew that this was the way to make them become a part of their hearts, and that it's still a good way to make His laws part of our life too. If you really want them to be part of your life and thus change your heart, then put them everywhere. Tape up verses, memorize favorite texts, set up reminders, make them impossible to forget. Talk about them and think about them, and slowly they'll become woven into the very fabric of your personality. They'll truly be part of your life. May God bless you today.